Welcome back to the Skinny Truth podcast. I'm Laura Flusche, and this is Dr. Josh Roller. First off, we want to say thank you for sharing in the excitement with us as we announced it last week. We are just so excited to get this going. And today we're going to talk about bariatric surgery myths.
How many people were excited about this, Laura, from your standpoint?
Oh my gosh, so many people. I think they are really excited too to have like a surgeon's perspective as well as like a patient's perspective that's gone through it, because I mean, both of us can provide such like valuable insight on each side.
It's like the same thing happened, but we're both on completely opposite sides looking at it. And it is truly a unique perspective. And I don't know if there's another podcast out there like this, so we're pretty pumped up about this. And you know, the goal is to really dive into the kind of the nitty-gritty details and things that aren't necessarily talked about even on social media. And social media covers lots of stuff, but definitely not in the office, not in social media. So I say we start off. So we're doing weight loss surgery myths is the title of this podcast, right?
Yep.
All
That's
right.
what we're going in for today.
We'll call this part one because there are a ton. But I think we're going to start with the first 4 or 5 and then give our perspectives on this, and then we'll keep hitting them up as we go along with this journey. So
thank you guys for sharing like topics that you want to hear about, and please
Absolutely.
like bring them to us because we want to hear what you want to hear. So
absolutely. I mean, that's the other thing is what I think about is different than what you think about. And so,
true.
You know, we do our patient pre-op groups. I always like to do those in groups because when somebody asks a question, everybody gets to hear that question and they go, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like,
right. Yeah.
I'm so glad that person asked that question because not only did I hear it, but I got to hear the answer. So this is like, in my opinion, just one big group session that everybody can learn from. So
yeah, absolutely.
all right. How do you want to start? What's number one?
We'll just go into the first one. So the first one that we have on bariatric myths is that bariatric surgery, and everyone has heard this one, is the easy way out. And yes, that's what we all say. I can't tell you how many times. Honestly, I don't hear it much from people in my personal life as much as just like in the world of social media, I guess.
You know, I'll actually hear it from, it's not often, but every once in a while you'll hear it from like a patient's spouse. You're in the doing pre-op for surgery and they're like, well, I just don't understand. I mean, if this just helps them not eat as much, then why can't they just not eat as much?
Yeah.
So, well, it's a tool. So I will hear it in that circle, but in mine, it's not, I mean, everybody that comes into our office knows they need it and they want it and
is looking
they know
for help.
Yeah, it's not the easy way out.
Right. Yeah, and it's the hardest thing that I have ever done. I mean, I have tried every single diet under the sun before bariatric surgery and I think the difference is I was never able to stick with something like long term. So I would do it a couple weeks or a month and then fall off. I've never stuck to something for this long. And
well, yeah, I mean, it's a tool, right? And
right.
It's a tool that will keep working, but you have to use it. And so that's
if you work the tool.
Right. It's just a matter of having the commitment to the tool. But you know, and this is why diets are so stinking hard because, and I say this all the time, your body's obesity is a disease. I firmly believe that. And we all have diseases. So it's like, think about this. If I walked into the doctor's office and he says, hey, Josh, you have high blood pressure, but you know, I'm not going to put you on medicine yet because that's the easy way out.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want the medicine. I don't want to die of a stroke, you know, or have a stroke.
Right.
So
yeah.
We do it in medicine all the time. We do surgeries. We give prescriptions. We prescribe therapies. We do all sorts of stuff. And in no other circle in medicine is that considered the easy way out.
Right.
Do you ever hear that even about the prescription weight loss meds now? Do you hear anybody ever say, oh, you can't do that. That's the easy way out.
Right. Yeah.
It seems to be focused on surgery. And so as you start losing weight, this is the problem with obesity. Your body thinks you're dying because obesity is energy. That's all it is. Fat cells are energy waiting to be broken down. And so as you start losing weight, your body thinks, oh my gosh, Laura's dying. So I'm going to start decreasing all the hormones that make her feel full. I'm going to start increasing all the hormones that make you feel hungry. I'm going to start slowing your metabolism down. So by month 3, doing the exact same thing that you had been doing, now it no longer works. And you're like, I mean, why wouldn't you feel like giving up? But that's where surgery is not. It's not, it is different because it is a tool, and your body doesn't do that to you at month 3. It'll continue working it as long as you work it. But like you said, that's the hardest part, is continuing to do it. So I would say it's kind of it's the best way, it's the absolute best way to lose the weight. But it takes the most commitment. And so because of that, no way possible that's the easy way out. That phrase drives me insane.
That is a myth.
Choosing to have a surgery, crazy. I mean, no way that's easy.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just one of I think there's just such a misconception around what goes into the work after bariatric surgery. And I think that's the bigger part of it. I think I got a comment the other day on something saying that I just laid on a table and had surgery, and that was the hardest part of my journey. Oh my gosh, that was the easiest part of my journey. I mean, and I just think there's just a misconception around that you have to change the way you eat. You have to move your body. You have to change the way you live in order to have lasting success.
Well, and you can't just work when you do that with the surgery. You can have long-term success. If you try to do that without the surgery, it's not going to work. And that's what people can't put together, especially ones who think it's the easy way out, is they don't understand the metabolic effects of diets. And I mean, here's the perfect example. You've seen The Biggest Loser, the show, right?
Yep.
Okay. Phenomenal, right? But you all go into a place where you have nothing else to do except exercise all day long, have people prepare your meals for you. You have no family, no kids, no responsibilities, no job. You have all day to try to be healthy.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen a Biggest Loser reunion show?
Yeah, no.
No. Why? And
because they don't keep it off.
That's right. And so, that's what surgery is. It's choosing to be healthy. It's recognizing obesity is going to kill me. Not now, but, down the road. And I'm going to do something about it. I think it's the hardest decision to make. I know when I had back surgery 8 or 9 years ago, I had heard it doing some workout stuff, and then I put it off for a year because, the surgeon having surgery, we're not supposed to get... We're not supposed to get health care. We're supposed to be super
taking care of other people.
Right. Yeah. And so I put it off, and I finally said, you know what, this is ridiculous. It doesn't hurt that bad. I'm just going to go run, and it's going to be fine. I lasted about 3 minutes. I said, I can't do it. I need help.
Right.
That's what I think people need to understand is everyone does it. We all at some point find ourselves. My daughter dislocated her elbow last night.
I know.
Doing gymnastics or cheer. Yeah. I get in trouble for saying gymnastics is really cheer. But
come on, Dad.
I know. Girl dad. I'm a girl dad. 3 daughters. You say the wrong thing, you're liable to lose a limb. So, but she needed help. I couldn't provide the help for her. I don't know how to pop an elbow back into place, nor was I about to do that. So, did we take the easy way out because we went to the orthopedic doctor's office to have him do that? No, we sought help for a medical condition.
Right.
Never is that the easy way out. So, everybody who's listening, don't buy that. That's complete nonsense. No. It's garbage in my opinion, and I think we've disproven that.
Yeah, absolute myth for sure.
Yeah, probably the worst one. Really, you can't stand that one.
Yeah, no, that's the most popular, I feel like. The next one is, and I feel like this is a pretty common question I get too. maybe question, but this is a myth, like it's too dangerous. People are always asking, like, was I scared to have it? Are you scared you were gonna die on the table? And you're the surgeon, but I try to remind people that these things are done every single day. Like every single day.
Yep. I mean, I will say, so the first bariatric or gastric bypass was done in 1967. It was done open. That was with a cut from stem to stern.
Huge incisions.
You were in a hospital for a week. If everything went well, they weren't walking because they hurt so bad, so blood clots were high. You name it, it was high risk back then. And then you add in the patient disease, because obesity causes so many bad things.
Right.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, all that plays into the post-op course. But contrast that to today in 2024, where everything is minimally invasive. We're doing teeny tiny incisions that are the size of like the tip of my pinky finger.
Right.
And, our duodenal switches or gastric bypasses are 30 to 45 minutes long. Your patients are up and walking within 4 hours of their surgery, and 99% go home the next morning. So it is a far different situation. It's progressed. We've gotten better with time. So now that being said, are there risks with surgery? Yes, with every surgery. And you can't, I never go into one thinking, oh, here's another chip shot. That's right. It's a big deal, but
it is.
Ultimately, it is as safe as gallbladder surgery now. And that's, one of the things, I don't know how bariatric surgery kind of got, I know how it got a bad name. And it was because, there's a history out there where you had people thinking this is just a way to make a quick buck and I'm going to start doing this and it's going to be easy. And you found out real quickly that it's not. It does take specialized training. It does take a dedicated program to get the really good results and low complication rates.
Yeah. But
when somebody has a complication in bariatric surgery, then everybody goes, oh, see, that bariatric surgery is so dangerous.
Yes.
But if somebody were to have a complication after, let's say, a knee replacement or a gallbladder surgery, they don't go, oh, never have your gallbladder taken out. That's the easy way out, and that's way too dangerous. They want to know.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Who was the surgeon and where was it done?
Right.
So why is it that with bariatric surgery, no matter who does it or no matter where it's done, it's bariatric surgery?
Yeah.
But if it's other things, other types of surgery,
then it's more acceptable.
Right.
Not Who's acceptable, but right. Yeah.
They put it on the doctor. And so it is extremely safe when it's done by, accredited centers, experienced and vetted surgeons. And there's good ones out there. We think everybody should come to Arkansas to have surgery, but that's just my own jaded personal opinion. But it's really, it is very, very safe when done in the right hands. And so now also take into mind about the same as gallbladder surgery for complication rates, but our patients are a lot sicker. You in particular at 270 pounds more, you're a different person at that physiologically, medically than than you are right now. No one would ever think you're high risk now, and you weren't then. But if you're 600 pounds, you're probably gonna have it's gonna be a little bit higher risk than if you're 250 pounds. But or if you had 5 heart attacks, that's something different too.
But that goes with any surgery. Anytime you would be undergoing anesthesia, like for gallbladder, you would still be higher risk with that. So
absolutely. 100%. It's more the going under general anesthesia than it is
the surgery
the actual
itself.
surgery. That's right. And, there's stories out there about, somebody got a bowel obstruction and died or something along those lines. I think Lisa Marie Presley. And there's so many questions that I wish I could ask somebody that could actually tell me, what type of surgery did she have done? Because people will say gastric bypass surgery, but it could be one of 50 different surgeries. So did she truly have a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass? How long was she having symptoms? Did she sit on those symptoms very long? When did she get to the ER? Did the doctors there just admit her and kind of watch her for 48 hours? Like what?
Right.
What
we don't have enough answers to know. Right.
No, and it could be completely unrelated. So the most common reason for bowel obstructions is lower abdominal surgery or pelvic surgery. So that's going to be hysterectomies, C-sections, ovary surgeries, and then for all of us, males and females, appendicitis. And so those are generally the most common causes of small bowel obstructions. So, you know, maybe she's had a hysterectomy and maybe that's what caused her bowel obstruction. I mean, there's really, I haven't seen anything out there that tells me what did it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, can stuff happen? Yes. Is it high risk? No. But there's so many factors that could impact that. So, and here's how I look at it, though. There's some people that maybe they come in at 500 pounds and they can't exercise and get the weight off. Their knees hurt. Or maybe you're just 250 pounds, but your knees hurt so bad you can't move.
Right.
We're kind of the last line of defense. So if we say no, then what's the person supposed to do?
Right. Yeah. That's the last line. And we should say that, like, pre-op testing is very extensive. Like, you go through extensive testing to make sure you are safe to undergo anesthesia beforehand, or safe as can be.
Absolutely. And so in our practice, Dr. Kristen Roller does all that work up on the front end, and she's a board-certified family practitioner and bariatric medicine. Disclaimer, I married her, but she was smart. She was smart before then. People may question her intelligence at this point, but because of who she married. But we put people through the ringer, and she has found, we've had at least, I can think of on two hands, people that have come in to our office and had open heart surgery within 3 days.
Wow.
Just from her evaluation, they were ticking time bombs with terrible heart disease, but didn't know it because they weren't moving around very much to stress their heart. You know, and so that's what she does. And she's awesome at it. But I mean, we would do the same thing for gallbladder surgery too, though. It's the patient coming in that is, you treat each person individually, figure out family history, their medical history, surgical history, and you put it all together. But I'm just going to tell you, it is not dangerous. And here's my favorite thing. So, especially if a spouse is like, I know she needs to wait, but I'm so worried about this. This is dangerous. And I said, well, especially, you know, when you read the consent form, it says basically 8,000 bad things could happen.
Every terrible thing that can happen.
Right?
Yes.
And it's like, you know, you had a C-section, you had your appendix out, you've signed this before, you just never read it.
Yeah.
And as humans, we do not want to think about the bad things that could happen to us. It's, for instance, when you go to Silver Dollar City or any amusement park, but before you got onto the ride, you had to read all the bad things that could happen to you and then sign it. How many people get on that ride?
Right.
And so what I will say is, all right, it is surgery and we take it all seriously, and it's great percentage of this going great. So we want, you know, we think it's the right thing to do. But let me ask you this. You're going to get in your car and you're going to drive home. Let's say it's an hour away. Before you leave this office, I want you to write down all of the bad things that could happen to you from when you leave my office till you get to your house. And you have to list them all. And I will give you as many pieces of paper as I have in this office, because you will not be able to stop writing. Yeah. Everything from a plane falling out of the sky and landing on you. Yeah. You have to include all. And that's what we do in surgery is, and I don't know how it got that way, but it scares the hell out of people when you do that. But that's ultimately, we don't want to think about that. When you sign a mortgage, you know, on your house, you close on a house.
Right.
How many pieces, was it like 150 pieces of paper you're initially?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Huge old stack of paper.
Does anybody read all that?
Yeah. No.
I mean, you would be there for 4 days.
You just flip through the pages and sign. Yep.
Right. So we try to do the best we can to inform people of the risk, but in particular, they're extremely low. I would say the most common thing that we see are gallbladder problems, which could impact somewhere between 10 and 15% of patients. But think about the two main causes, and that's weight gain and weight loss.
And obesity. Yeah.
So it's every single patient that we work on. has that. So, because everybody's gaining the weight and now we're losing the weight. So,
right.
And it is the most common outpatient general surgery procedure done in the country anyway.
Gallbladder.
Regardless, gallbladders are regardless of weight loss surgery status. So,
right. So we can debunk that myth.
Okay, done.
The next one causes vitamin deficiencies.
All right. Well, you're a little over 2 years out. So.
Yep. So I take my vitamins every single day. I don't miss a dose, and my vitamin levels have been perfect. So I think if you are taking your vitamins as prescribed, which they can change based on like where your levels are at, as long as you're following doctor's orders, you should be golden on that, I feel like.
I think that's 1,000% accurate. And that's, what I tell people is, okay, if you take your supplements, you take your vitamins, you make your follow-up appointments and get your levels checked. And we do it like 5 times the first year and then 2 times the second year, and then it's just yearly.
Yeah.
Then there's a super high chance you'll never have an issue. But it's like high blood pressure. If your husband goes to the doctor and he says, okay, you have high blood pressure, I'm going to put you on a pill. Okay. And then he never comes back and never gets his blood pressure checked. Is the pill working?
Right. Yeah.
Wait, you have no idea.
You don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it's working too well and he's dizzy all the time. Maybe it's not working at all and his blood pressure is still high. But you don't know. Or maybe it's not working because he's not taking it. Yeah. So 2 things: you got to take it and you got to get checked. And the people who do that never have the issues. And now there are, you do need to be on specific types of vitamins that your doctors should talk to you about. I mean, even as recently, it's been 16 years since I was at Duke, but I mean, at one point there, we were recommending that program recommended Flintstone vitamins, 2 of those.
I was just getting I knew you were going to say Flintstone vitamins. I still see some people do that, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that.
It's not good. Here's the easiest way to put it. I mean, and the vitamins do need to be specialized from reputable manufacturers, but there's nothing in my opinion, it's just my opinion after doing this for 16 years, at a Walmart or a GNC or Costco or things like that are probably good enough or need to be used by bariatric surgery patients. Those are meant for the general population.
Right. And
it's just, you need to, if you stick in that what your doctor's talking to you about and the right stuff, it is so rare. Now, here's something that people talk about. Well, I don't want to spend all that money on that. In general, it's for the average for the vitamin supplementation it's about $400 to $600 a year. That's what it is. Now, and I'll be curious about this, before surgery, were you on a multivitamin and a calcium supplement?
I wasn't, but I should have been.
You should have been already. Every female should be on that. Now, they don't, and then when you get older and the doctor says you have osteoporosis.
Right, exactly.
You can take dump trucks of calcium and it's not going to help, because when you prevent that is in your early years.
It's on the front side.
That's right. So, when you come out from that perspective, your multivitamin calcium is already given. You shouldn't do that. Now that $400 to $600 is half as much.
Yeah, for sure.
And
and most people probably are dropping medications that they had to be on before surgery and they no longer need.
That is a spot on. The cost savings just between the medications, doctor visits, hospital visits,
doctor visits,
testing, all of that is huge saving. Food. I mean, you got to dinner, you're gonna eat half a meal, so it more than makes up for it. You will hear something. Well, I know somebody that had all these terrible vitamin deficiencies and had their surgery. Okay, again, I would love to be able to ask the questions: who did their surgery? Where was it done? When's the last time they went back? What vitamins are they taking? How often were they taking them? That's the kind of information you need to know to assess, okay, how did this occur?
How did they get to that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, but in general, I do not think vitamin deficiencies is a given in any way, shape, or form. It's more of a patient-driven phenomenon, in my opinion. Like, if you take it, you're going to be fine. You're over 2 years out. You've been taking yours, very compliant, doing your follow-ups.
Yep. No issues.
Just really...
Take it and follow up, and yeah.
Very rare. Like, a really rare. So...
Good deal. Okay, so the last one we're going to debunk is you won't be able to eat normally after bariatric surgery. And I feel like I do get that question a lot. Like, people are scared that they're not going to eat normal, or they ask if I'm eating normal. And my response is, I feel like I eat pretty normal. I mean, I eat portions in which we probably all should be eating.
Well, okay, so this gets really interesting. When we used to do our in-person live seminars, I had a great slide of what portion sizes used to be when they came out. And one was the Coke when it was first introduced. It was 6 ounces. And so if somebody ever ordered a Coke and got a 6-ounce Coke, they would this is a ripoff. The Hershey bar, okay? The Hershey bar, not the Hershey Kiss. The Hershey bar was 2 ounces.
How much is it now?
You get a big block, like it's.
Well, I know it's huge. Yeah, I just wonder, like, ounce-wise, what it is.
16, 24. It's massive.
Oh my gosh!
And then you look at the size of a hamburger or French fries, and so that is ultimately what is normal is in our head, and society, plays a role.
What we're taught, right?
The idea of you need to eat a 16-ounce steak. Well. How many times have you done that or eaten too much and then gone, oh my God, why did I eat all that?
Right.
Like, what is that about? I just wish I could have been full of that.
Yeah. And speaking like with the sizes, even now, like, I'll go out to dinner and get grilled chicken, and there's 3 grilled chicken, like breasts on a plate. Who needs 3 grilled chicken breasts? Like, it's like they have to justify the cost, like, maybe we could lower the cost. Yeah.
Because if you get 1 chicken breast for $16, you're like, I have
complaining
been had
about
this
that.
Is a ripoff,
right.
But so I love the idea of you're going to eat normal foods. Okay. You're not on cabbage the rest of your life. That is not what we want, especially after surgery. We want high protein food. So the difference is, what I would tell somebody, you're going to be able to eat steak. Because if you took steak away from me, my life would probably...
It's all over.
It would be over. It'd be terrible. But the difference is you're going to order filet. You're not going to order ribeye. One's super high in protein and low in fat. The other one is super high in protein and super high in fat. And so... Is it not normal to eat a filet? I think it is. I think it's a better food choice.
Yeah.
So
that's my favorite. Yeah.
I really don't understand the idea of you can't eat normal. And people think, like for us, you're going to be on a pureed diet for 6 weeks. And I've heard of it. I know there's some programs out there that do that. But you don't want that. I mean, you want food. We want food to go into your new pouch, into your sleeve, into your switch. We want it to sit there, send the signal back to your brain that you're full, so you stop eating.
You're full.
So we want food. Food is good. High protein food. If you can get all your protein and what you need in by food, then you never have to do a protein drink again.
Yep.
Now, I know, like, when you're on the go and kids, I mean, I think you have personally mastered the protein drink coffee combo.
I love the protein. Yeah, the protein and coffee. I mean, I truly enjoy it. If I didn't like it, I easily get my protein in now. And if I didn't like that, I would say goodbye to it. But I enjoy drinking it. So,
well, I get up at 6:05 every morning. I want every last minute in the bed that I can.
Yeah.
So a protein bar and a protein drink is fine for me, but that may not be normal to somebody else who wants to
Right.
eat breakfast every day. And so again, it's
Yes.
normal is just up to you. You have to decide
Right.
what's
And
normal.
it's going to vary. Right. Yeah.
Every
But
day.
as far as eating normal, I mean, yes, life returns back to normal. Your eating returns to a normal, and it might be a new normal for you, but it's normal.
Well, I would tell you what's not normal. My wife will order salads without salad dressing, and she likes it. So you want to talk about
Really?
beyond strange? So I think that's
Okay,
not
that's
normal.
not normal. You
I
got
know.
to give me some ranch with my salad.
I basically say you are eating lettuce. You have just ordered a
Yes.
lettuce bowl. So
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, dressing's what makes a salad, right?
I know. You got to make a smart choice on that. But that's,
Yeah.
to me, that's not normal. Eating a small
Yeah.
portion is something that we all wish, I cannot tell you how many times I man, I wish my stomach was smaller.
Can somebody take some of my stomach out?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, just something, because we want to feel full faster. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
though. That's a really good thing. So
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
we at least took out 4 of those myths.
Yep, 4 of them.
4 popular
Myths
ones.
that we've all heard and can say they're not true.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep covering this stuff. There's a lot more out there, and if you have topics or myths that you think are interesting, just message us and let us know, because we want people to have all the information that we've had, that I have from my side as the surgeon, Laura's had from her side as the world famous bariatric patient, and together, we think we can provide a lot of information. So this has been good to talk about, and here's some
it's
real
been
world
fun.
perspective. So
All right, guys. Well, I think that's a wrap for today. I think we've debunked some common bariatric surgery myths. You can now find the podcast on all major platforms for podcasts. Also, if you want to watch, you can go to YouTube and watch the podcast on there. But if you would rate, review, save, and share, we would definitely appreciate it.
absolutely.
And we look forward to the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye, guys.